Hello, good morning, guys, and very good morning to one and all, like who is listening to this, and of course, carrying a smile after listening to this of my speech. And sometimes it is very much boring and confusing to smile always, but smile is essential for us and for living. Now, when it happens that if a time comes when we don't start liking our smile and face and all beauty. So one aspect of it is very dangerous because that leads to a lot of l- lack of confidence, stay in the process wherein we are not happy with our work culture and again we start finding fault and defect everywhere. That is something related to our quality of life. So what is quality of life actually in terms of oral health? It is very simple and we have to stress on the fact that quality of life in oral health is your few dimensional approach. Starting with it, one is orofacial pain. If we have got pain and any trouble or some issue with it, it affects the quality of life. We also think in terms of looks and aesthetics. Of course, its psychosocial impact. Now, pain is important because it is an indicator, but sometimes it affects our aesthetics and psychosocial comfort. So, what is basically the problem in it and why we need to overcome it? Before that, we should know what is oral health actually. So, if it comes to oral health, I need to stress down on it. It is a significant component of general health and a quality of life and well-being. Thus, it is very important to maintain, and of course, it varies from place to place. It is content specific, region specific, and place specific. Before we understand oral health, after listening to this, we should understand that how it is determined. Now, we should understand in terms of global studies in what way oral health is being affected. We understand that there are various oral health issues needs to be, you know, taken care of. One is our education, social status, and our identity. Of course, uh, the way we think, the stigma we suffer, the discrimination we face, all these things affect our oral health in one way, in a negative way. So there are other risk factors for oral health, such as behavioral risk factor. And here in what happens, we suppose we have got more infinity for sugar and for carbohydrate diets. That is a behavioral issue in which we find increased caries incidence, dental caries incidence, and oral infection. Another factor that affect oral health is the biological determinant in which the environment plays into action, systemic health, and so in all the associations have not been proved. This diabetes and other infectious body like non-communicable diseases, communicable diseases affect oral health to a greater proportion. That needs to be taken care of. And of course, it is more magnified in vulnerable and underserved population and poor and marginal population. That has got a different role altogether. Now, many things happen in the past regarding restoration of oral health in a proper way, taking community approach, taking a clinical approach, taking a service regulations. A lot of things do happen, but we need to understand that the cost to access is very important for us. What is cost to access? Cost to access symbolize that although the country, the region have made oral health very much specific and common for everyone, they, we are not able to give it particularly in reduced cost to access way. That is, oral health appointments, say for example, in a common way, like take the example of a dental caries. If restored with root canal treatment, we find that it needs over 5 to 7 appointments. In Private clinical settings, there's a fees for payment, and in government settings, it is a beneficiary-based service in which the treatment is almost managed by the doctor and the patient in terms of time and accessibility. But rather, what happens, what is burning in the back of the mind of the patient, of course, and the doctor, is the number of appointments which can be reduced. So the price the patient pays, I mean, directly to the organization, is the cost to access, in which neither the doctor earns, nor the system earns, nor the patient gain any benefit. It's only the price, the fuel the patient burns in terms of daily wage, or a way in which the patient abstinence from his normal work and lack of accountability from his side in terms of illness perception. So in these cases, what happens? Digital dentistry has taken a major role. Digital dentistry has made it very easy from a say of promise, a paradigm shift from promise to predict. What is that actually? Earlier, a doctor, as a gentleman, promises that yes, everything will be all right, be solved the moment. But it comes down to the era of accountability. The prediction of oral health becomes a issue. So, in the era of AI and digital dentistry, is a paradigm shift from promise to predictability. The advancement in dental industry in terms of intraoral scanner, the CAD cams, the intraoral simulations, the simulations, the digital dentistry designing, the smile designing, the showing the patient, educating the patient, the communication skill, the way, we show the patient that what is the future, the treatment, the predictability, the mock-up. That means before the perfect result it comes, it is merely shown the patient in terms of the digital era, has really gained confidence of the patient and has led to understand one point, that we can know what is the outcome before the treatment starts. That is very important for us. That in that way the patient really understands. But of course, the other side of the coin also plays a great role. That is a beauty filter in the display area. The overestimation, the over predictability that might lead to mild psychological setback. So one has to be very much clear in understanding it and explaining it. The results are to be interpreted cautiously. But last but not the least, the most important point, the digital era, the digital dentistry has been a more better than the conventional dentistry in terms of reduced time, reduced appointment times, increasing the feasibility, of course, in terms of cost to access. And the most beautiful part is that the predictability increases. And the small point which needs to be understood by the dentist and the patient in terms of communication, how to analyze the beauty filter as a variance or a challenge. The self perception, in which the human touch is very much necessary. The discussion with the patient, discussion with the public, gaining the perceptional value, understanding that what is the better way to solve this issue will surely help us to understand that digital dentistry is now the keystone or the foundation of smile, and smile is anything curved that makes out straight. Thank you so much. Any queries, you can really meet us, reach us, message us, and we'll be able to answer it. Thank you so much.